So I hope you're doing great today. This morning I got up at the crack of dawn to do a group live. It wasn't a group live. It was a duo. It was a share. I was a guest on Char Hamilton's Blue Shine Art YouTube live stream, which was a total blast, and it was first for me. I've never done that before, and on anybody else's live like that, and it was an honor, and it was fun, and it was cool, and I get to meet new people and meet her and hang out. It was super fun, and I loved it. And next week she's coming on to this live exactly a week from today, so that's going to be so fun. Yay, I'm so excited about it. Okay, let's go to Tech Corner since I talk about tech every day. It's Tech Corner today. Excuse me, my little stutter. Tech Corner today, I am missing a microphone, but we have everything else going on. So I have my light bar in my head, but at least you can see my head a little bit. And we have screen share. So we're gonna draw a shoe. We're still on the shoe train. Still on the shoe train. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go to screen share. Okay. Let's see if that does it. I'm gonna try and get it so you can like see my head. And apologies as usual. Let's see. Let us see what is happening here today. Okay, let's go. So we're gonna draw this shoe. It is called, tapestry, right? It's got tapestry fabric. It has a gold back. It's fascinating. You know what it makes me feel is very 40s. It feels very 40s to me. 1940s, glam, nightclubby, very 40s shoe. It's got beads in the front, looks like a poppy. It's like some sort of a rose or a poppy with that center. And then it's beige-ish with a really cool fabric. That fabric's beautiful. I love all those colors. Maybe we can go into that with a little Neocolor too. Get our ink down and then do some Neocolor too. Let me go here, art and reference, so we can kind of see, excuse me, what I've been doing. I got up so early this morning. I got up at 5:30 this morning, so cool. It's nice. I feel like I've already had like lots of day. So we have, this is kind of the way I've been doing with black ink as a base, and then I go in with some Neocolor too, a little gold Uni Posca PM1, the thin but not super thin one. This one works really great on this craft paper. I'm kind of obsessed, I have to say, because this paper is the paper that you get when you get a package and they fill it with paper. They're just filling it with this paper that they are expecting you to throw away, and that is probably, this paper is very thin. However, look at how lovely it looks when you draw on it. And this paper is also the paper that I use in my class hand-drawn gift wrap, which is on Skillshare. I'll put a link in the profile. I'll put a link in the description. Everything I talk about, I populate the description after the live with as much as I can totally remember. And if I ever forget anything, please leave a comment and say, hey Kathy, just give me a nudge and I'll put it in there, whatever I forget. But I really do try and get it all in there for you. We drew this yesterday on the 10 o'clock live. Drew this yesterday. This is a boot, another one of the Irregular Choice boots. And this morning on Char's live, I drew Rough 'em Up, this shoe from Irregular Choice. Her theme this month is nocturnal. She does theme months, and then she does painting featuring, you know, with that theme in mind. And she did a beautiful outdoor exterior nocturnal scene, and I did a shoe that I thought was a nocturnal looking shoe. So that's kind of where I was going with this. And then what's kind of funny is we were talking so much. It was so fun, and so into talking, I forgot to add the nocturnal aspect besides the coloration of it. I didn't have any moon or stars or anything, so I popped those in after. Just a few little decorative ones. So that's what we did today. But right now, I think I want to switch gears and maybe do a little same craft paper look, but maybe jump onto a craft paper that has a little bit more body to it, because you know I want to experience that. I've done some of these shoe drawings on this a little heftier craft colored paper, but I haven't colored those in. So I want to do something on a little bit of a heftier paper, just for the sake of, you know, just for the sake of changing things up a little bit. And I really do enjoy drawing on that other paper, but you know, it is when I'm in the mode of like, oh, I really want to get mixed media. I really want to start like going in with different things. This paper can, like, you know, it's fine until you push it. And then when you start pushing it, you know, it's gonna rebel a little bit. So that's where that is. I'm just gonna look for my little, I have a little box of Neocolors that, oh, there they are. There's my little box of Neocolors that I like to keep around. These are my little tiny pieces that are really fun because it's kind of like a grab bag. It's very patchwork. It's very much like our patchwork boot. It's a patchwork group of little Neocolor twos, and I really like them. I like these little pieces because you can do all kinds of things with them, and I always feel like this is when it gets fun. You know what I mean? Cheers. Today's coffee, I'm drinking my Ethiopian single source from Square One coffee, and then I steamed up some half and half, just your regular garden variety organic half and half from Whole Foods 365 brand, and I have this little coffee steamer thing, and it heats it and steams it at the same time for you, and it makes a really nice frothy steamed coffee. Speaking of stuff to put in your coffee and tea, this is totally out of left field, but today, or no, yesterday, sorry, not today. I haven't been out of the house yet today. Yesterday, I have an H Mart near me, which is a Korean and sort of Pan-Asian grocery store, because they have Japanese, they have Chinese, they have all different types of Asian food. They have some Indian too, but a lot of Korean. It's mostly Korean, but it's got other stuff too. What I noticed, they now sell, and maybe you know this already, but it's new to me. Not the flavors, but the fact that you can buy it in the store. So they have half a gallon of milk. That is, they have black sesame flavor with sweetener in it, because that is a popular flavoring for milk teas and things. They have a black tea flavored milk. And we're just talking like your half a gallon, your regular half a gallon of milk. They have black tea. They have, which is probably like a oolong, maybe, I'm guessing. I don't know. I think that's a very general one that they would use. And then, so I'm just guessing. But they have black tea, they have black sesame, and then they also have matcha. So they have a matcha milk. And I love all those. I like to usually put in my own sweetener, but I'm very tempted to buy half a gallon of that black sesame and put it in my tea as my milk for my tea. I'm tempted. Anyway, I just wanted to, cheers. I just wanted to, I just wanted to share that because I thought that was really interesting. I had never seen that before. And yeah, thought it was pretty cool. Sounds delicious. I love black sesame. I love matcha. And I also, when I get a bubble tea, I actually usually get the black tea, just the regular garden variety, nothing fancy, no. I usually don't get like any fancy flavors. I just get the black tea. That's what I love. Just like your regular black tea. All right, let's draw this shoe, shall we? Let me make sure we have enough room here. I think I might go in with my gold pen. I'm going to have a little bit more body on this paper, so I'm going to have more, I'm going to have a little more wiggle room, I think. I mean, not that I'm ever bothered, because I will work a paper into the ground, as is evidenced here. If you were around for this one, this was pulp. This little heart right here is now a little shredded bit of, it's a little shredded bit of dried up and glued from the ink pulp. Because sometimes, sometimes you just gotta go for it, So I don't even know what this shoe is called. Let's see what this shoe is called real quick before we go in. It's called Moonlit Serenade. See that? It just sounds like a 40s shoe. Sounds like that's a beautiful shoe. This is not a shoe that would be my taste to wear, but it would be my sister's taste to wear. And right now I'm just drawing in some little dots, and I'm doing this because it just helps me to map out my plan without sketching. I don't want to get involved in that. I like to just go right in. I mean, usually I may not even do this right off the bat. Usually I'll just start drawing something and then I'll start making my little markers. But today, I'm really planning. Today we're planning. We're planning our attack today. So I'm just doing like, that's where the back top of the shoe is. And then this is like that. And no matter what happens here, no matter what happens, you can always course correct. Always. Always. No big deal. See, look. Even just now, I just sort of did some stuff that perhaps I wasn't planning on doing, and I just did it. So that was really fun today, and it just gave me that little extra wake up time. So I was on time here, whereas I can sometimes be, because of my tech corner, because of my tech, I can usually have some little hiccups along the way. This shoe is so interesting because, do you see it does that half moon thing like that, and And then it's very, what is this from? Is this like, does it remind you of like a collar from the 40s? What? I'm just trying to place, I'm gonna have to ask my sister who this shoe looks like something that she would like to wear, because she would have a better sense of, it reminds me of like old movies. Like, have you ever seen the movie Mildred Pierce? It's really good. Joan Crawford. That's actually one of my favorite old-timey movies. Mildred Pierce. 2 words, just the name. Oh, and another one of my favorite old-timey movies, All About Eve. So great. Such a great movie. I'm just gonna nudge this over a little bit. I just want to have enough room for my hand here because I want to make sure that you're getting, I'm gonna move you in a little bit. Just a little bit. Like that. And what do you think of this paper? This paper I actually found at, I bought it, but I found it at a store that doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. I think it was called the Beautiful Stuff Project, or cheers. I think it was called the Beautiful Stuff Project, and I do believe that the woman who runs it still has the URL working, but there's no longer a storefront. It was this store that you could go in that had all used things like, used or like dead stock type of product stuff, like hold on, I'm gonna show you. Do you know my a piece of marble that I use for my hand all the time? And if you don't, please meet my piece of marble that I use for my hand a lot of the time, because I'm a lefty, so I like to have something to balance out when I'm drawing off a page like this. I like to have something, and this is just like a nice sturdy piece of marble. Anyway, everything there is really cheap. I think I got this for like $1, and it was like a dead stock from, I think that's the appropriate term for, even, I know it is for clothes, but I think it is for, stuff that you would get to make, to do for your house interior. So this is a piece of marble that, found its way from a store, found its way from a place that builds kitchens, probably. Anyway, so they had, excuse my yawn, they had wrapping paper from the 80s. Wrapping paper from the 80s. That's pretty cool. And that's what we got. I bought a bunch of it, and honestly, I haven't really, I still have it. I still have some of it. I never really used it. It's a little bold, right? Okay, it's pretty, see, it's all yellowed on this side. It's pretty sturdy for something that's like 45, 50 years old. But isn't it cute? It really gives me a Sanrio circa 1980s Hello Kitty / Mary Engelbreit vibe. It's got hearts. It's red, and then it's got hearts and little daisies. And the printing, I believe, is actual, I think it's actual paint. I think it might actually be like silk screened. Anyway, it was a roll, and it was before digital printing that they made them. So, even just for the sake of, let's make excuses. Even for the sake of history, it's nice to have something like that. I think I might have made my heel a little bit tall, but that's okay. see if, because I'm looking at this part of the shoe, and my toe looks a little, even though this stuff, there's like stuff right here, the toe, I think it might be a little short, on the short side. So I'm just course correcting here. Here we go. So here, so that's about right. Because the heel, this is still a little high, still a little tall, but look, we can fix that. We can, you know, we grab a Neocolor. This is funny. This is a gold Neocolor. I know you can barely see it. This is a tiny little bit of gold Neocolor. And when you draw it on this paper, oh, it's yellow. Oh, it does show up. On this paper, it really does not show up very well at all. I've used it on this paper and I've been like, wait a minute, what happened? Where'd it go? Because it looks like it disappears. Anyway, I'm gonna just use this to shorten my heel. And I'll just do that, and then we're good. Okay. Actually, I think this color is gonna come in really handy here because there's some gold on this shoe. And I do have that fantastic Uni Posca pen that I have discovered is absolutely fantastic on, it is just fantastic on craft paper. All right, I'm gonna just pull out a few colors to use for my palette here for this shoe, because I want all of these tapestry colors are muted and they all need to live in the same universe, and I can't just be doing grab bag stuff with my Neocolors right now because I want to make sure that all my colors, you know, vibe together and work together. Let's do a little digging in here and see. Okay, here's a good one too. This is a more deeper green for the universe of color on. I'm gonna actually zoom this in so you can see it better, if it allows me to. So if you look at this, if you look at the, see that? Oh, excuse me, I can't stop yawning. Oh, please forgive my yawn. See that? It's the tapestry, and there's a terracotta color in there. I got that. I got terracotta. We have this off-white, which is going to be useful. So in Neocolor land, I know I say this probably every time I pick it up. I probably talk about this, but and again, I will talk about it right now. So, you know how white, when you put like a plain white in a visual reality that does not have any in it, it's going to stand out and maybe not look like it belongs there. So this, which you can't tell because it looks filthy right now, I think this is light I can't talk. I think this is light lemon yellow or some, hold on. I have my Neocolors right over here, and I like to keep all the neutrals in a little bucket together. So this one is the one I'm talking about, light lemon yellow. And this, for me, oh, I also like Sahara yellow for a neutral light, okay? But this is like just such a go-to for a white that's not really white, that's white. Like for your white that is not, it's not going to be like the stark white, but it's going to be your base neutral white. That's just give light lemon yellow a holler, and it's there for you. So I love it. Let's get this shoe a little smaller. Okay, and the inside is blue, which is cool, right? Oh no, wrong. Maybe we want to use this blue because because I think this blue is. It's so funny. These are different. Like, they're very, very similar, like on the page, but this one's just a little bit warmer. I'm gonna turn the light up a little for you. Hopefully that helps. So this one is just, it's just a little bit sun-kissed, you know? It's just got that little bit of warmth in there. And it gives it that like little tiny bit of antique-y blue, and that's the color blue inside of, that they're using inside of this shoe. For the inside of the shoe. I'm just gonna reach over real quick and I didn't need to tell you I was doing that. I just turned off my iPad, which was not being used for anything except for draining battery. I'm good. I'm good on every other front here. I have my other, okay, this is a nice base color for this. I think this is the Sahara yellow. I got iPhone to look at, to check. Got my iPhone over here to check. Let's see if I can get, okay. I just, you know, sometimes nobody chats, and that's perfectly fabulous. It's fine. Although I do love a chat. I do love chats. I love company. That's why I'm here. I love to hang with you guys and to show you what I'm doing, and maybe have you join me if you're up for it. But I do like to check. I like to keep my eyes on there, you know, just to make sure that I'm not missing anyone. I'm not missing any chat. So I just like to keep my eye on that if I can. So this is a really interesting combination of pattern and color, and then we have that very olive greeny color that I have the perfect one. Is this the one? Is that going to be too light? It might be on the light side. I always think like this is one of my most used. Oh, okay, so color theory. It's so fascinating to see how colors react to the different, you know, universes that you put them in, and to the different surfaces that you put them on, because it is amazing. The difference can be quite amazing. Let's look and see if we have a little bit of a darker olive. I don't know that I do. I mean, I think, oh yeah, I do. I think I do. I don't know if it's olive, but it's, you know, it'll do. Let's see. It's called chromium oxide green. Yeah, fine. Let's use that. And I have another one here, and I think it's the same thing, but I think I have two of the same here. Chromium oxide green, yeah. Let's use that one instead. And what else do we got? I have this. This is, I don't know. This one's 7500.661. I don't know what that is. And that's fine. I don't know what it is. I can always find out later because I do have the entire number. Right? I think I need to. So let's just go in. Let's just go in and draw these beautiful tapestry coloring. First I'm going to just get a little bit. I don't want to, I'm not going to really scribble this down hard, because with Neocolors, you know, if you do that, which I did here, and I probably shouldn't have done that, you know, the more you get into the paper fiber, the less you'll be able to put something else down over it, because it's, you know, taking up all the space of the paper fibers. Am I saying this so you can understand what I'm saying? You get me? You get what I'm saying? I do need a maroonish color for, I think we can get some of this with the, I'm gonna move this. I think we can get some of our maroony-ish color with, I mean some of our heel color, sorry, with this terracotta colored one, but I do want to get some, I need a maroon because we have details to contend with here. And what is that? Is this a 1? No, this is a 2. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with Neocolor 1 and 2 differences, the Neocolor ones are not water soluble. The Neocolor 2s are water soluble. Ooh, I hope you can hear me. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Just to be on the safe side. I'm turning my music off. Just to be on the safe side, because I just want to make sure you can hear me. This is actually really good for these the little center of the flower is like really good. And this is actually working out very well for the maroon. I think I want to mix it up a little with like a warmer, just to give a little extra, a little bit of extra depth to the maroon color, because, you know, like anything, it's like if you use a few different colors to show the layers and the depth in something, then that's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. So if you can, you know, layer up, you know, as long as when you're layering up, you're not, you know, putting on too, because these are, you do have to be a little careful with the paper fibers with where these are concerned, just because you don't, if you're gonna layer them, you just want to make sure. I know I just said this 5 minutes ago. Forgive me. Forgive me for repeating myself. See, case in point. See that? See that? See how here, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Do you see how here it's like I'm smeary? It's a little smeary here. But over here we have texture and it's lighter. That's because I didn't have as much of this color and this color over here when I put this down. But when I put it down over here, I already had layers of these other colors. So it's, you know, it's good to think about that kind of stuff when you're working. You know, sometimes it can be a little tough because you get a little, or I can say I get a little carried away with my Neocolors because I love using them so much, and I like to press on them. Hey, when you were a kid, did you ever did you color hard, or did you color really lightly? Because I'm just curious. Because I used to color hard. I used to color hard, like press down hard colorer. And then, you know, it's nice to learn how to rein yourself in and to not do that. So then I learned how to not do that, but I still do that. You know? And that's fine. Just the way it is, but it's just kind of one of those things that's fun to think about, right? What did you do when you were a kid? you know? And how does that inform what you do today, you know? Because those things really do, they are relevant, you know? And it doesn't really matter how old you are either. I think it's relevant, you know? Formative things are very relevant. I'm just doing that because I'm gonna, you know, there's a slight possibility I'm gonna grab a paint pen. I don't know yet. I might. I might. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where it goes. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see where it goes. And I do think I want to try and emulate a little bit of that texture, a little bit of that tapestry texture here, because it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool, and I want to emulate that. I want to bring that in to the art here in a way that feels a little tapestry-ish. Sorry, my hand's covering. My hand is covering up. I have decided, let's do Tech Corner again. Just for a sec. I promise I won't go down the rabbit hole this time. But I have decided that the 2 camera on my paper is sort of like not necessary, because I have this great phone holder that that although I don't like to jumble, you guys, I don't like to move things around and make you feel all jumbly. It is so much more. Ooh, that is really working for me. This method here of lines. Yeah, this is helping me feel like I'm in a tapestry. It's just not effective. I think this is more effective, because this phone holder that I'm using, this phone holder, is so much more movable around, and the camera on this phone is so much better than the camera that my second phone camera, which is a 10XS iPhone. And this one is an 11 Pro Max, which is also extremely old, except it's actually like strangely seems to be a better camera. I mean, they both shoot in the same definition, the same resolution, but I've been finding that the parts of my videos that have the 10XS footage just they don't hold up to the footage parts of that I filmed. It's not film that I recorded with with this one, the 11 Pro Max. So I'm just gonna stick with the Pro Max for now, and then I can move it around fairly easily. I mean, well, more than fairly. It's more than fairly easily. It's pretty easily. I could just move it around when need be. So, and then we have, back to the picture, we have piping. So the piping is pretty much the same color as this, but because it's hitting the light and I want it to stand out, I'm gonna see if I can find a color that I can either mix or just give it a little bit extra, a little extra pump, you know what I'm saying? So let's just break out a little plethora. Just bring out a little plethora of colors, and we'll see. So here's another Neocolor tip. I like to hold them in my hand, and this is purely like a functional, just out of function, because it's easy to switch back and forth that way. But they do another service of like warming up the Neocolors, so then they're more creamy to use. So it's just a good thing to think about if you're using Neocolors, because it can be a help and it can also be a hindrance depending on what you want, like what you're looking for. Because sometimes you don't want it to get like that, but sometimes it's really nice and helpful for it to be like a, you know, like a little ice cream cone on your paper. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes not so much. So this is working out. I think this color, this terracotta color, is kind of becoming a bigger player in this maroon situation with this. And this is like a function of the color space, right, of this shoe, and how everything is relative to what it bounces off of, right? So it's just kind of interesting to see. For instance, this color is nowhere to be found in the picture. Is that, am I pointing at the picture? At the picture. But in reference to this whole universe here, it's totally fitting. It fits right in. And it actually exists when you, it feels like it looks like this color, even though you don't really see this color in there. There's all these little threads of different colors that are woven in there, and they kind of look together like that color. I think I need a little bit of an orangey. A little orangey. How's that? I think we can gently use that one and not make it so it's a super, you know, just to add to the, you know, add its little, you know, instrument to the chorus here. Even here, maybe. Although I've pretty much delved deeply. I've really worked this area quite a bit, so that's another thing about the Okay, I love the Neocolors. I'm just sharing some little tips and tricks with you. But it is, you know, once you get in there, with it, you can definitely, you know, you can definitely play too hard too fast if you're a hard presser, like I can tend to be. So, in which case, if you do that, then the party might be over soon, you know, it might be over early. So try to hold yourself back when you're using them a little bit, just with the pressing stuff. And you know, you can always go into these with water. So Neocolor 2s are water soluble. So if you wanted to, you could, you know, do that. And I love using water with them, but just remember that when you start introducing that aspect of that element to your work, you know, it's going to affect the paper underneath it, and the what am I talking about? Well, we know it's going to affect the texture, but it's going to affect the it's going to affect like the strength of the paper, like how the paper how it, the structure, you know what I'm saying. It's going to affect the structure of the paper, and it's going to change it a little bit. So something to think about, or something to consider, I should say. I mean, just something to keep in the back of your, to fool around with. Like if you want to try, do some, and then, you know, take a step back and I like this, or this isn't working for me, or, you know, whatever. You can test it out for yourself and see. Okay, I think we can start going into the name of this, because I've been ignoring. Let's move. Let's do this a little bit. Hold on, I'm just gonna lower the light for a quick sec while I get you in frame here, just to make sure that. Okay, I'll put the light back on in 1 second. All right. I just have a harder time seeing my phone, like the viewfinder, when there's light on it. Cheers. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I was going to use this one, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab a thicker. I have one that's a little, the tip is a little thicker. And I'm grabbing this one because I have these little dots and I want to do a little bit of a, I want to do a little like that on them. Just to capture, just to get the light reflection there. And maybe a little over here. See how this goes. I'm not really going to make this, well, famous last words, as usual. I was going to say I wasn't going to make it a major player, and here I go. And here we go. We're bringing it in. We're bringing it in. So, just bring in some little, and then we have a little shine here. It's nice. And then we can do a little bit here. Sometimes I like to finger paint with my paint pens like that. See, all kinds of things. I like that. I like it. There we go. Okay. Let's get to work. We're gonna do this. We're gonna find out what this is called. Moonlit Serenade. And then we're gonna get a couple data points on this. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just step back. A little step back. And oops, where are we going? Okay, Moonlit Serenade. Trying to project my voice. I apologize if I'm sounding quiet. Mics are very important, but my mic at the moment is a little not worky, so that's the deal with that. That is the deal. I noticed it this morning when right before I went on here, and I had been charging it. I guess I'm just all about talking about the tech, aren't I? Just tech talk. Tech talk with Kathy. So the Irregular Choice logo has this little tail on the C, and so every time I'm doing these pieces and I write the name Irregular Choice, because these are all an homage to Irregular Choice, I do it every time. Do that little wonky little tail every, whoop, whoop. I missed it yesterday. Did it there. Didn't do it there. What's going on? I did it there. Yes. Did it there. Did it there. Did it there. Did it there. Didn't do it there. Didn't do it there. Okay. That's alright. It's fun, right? Alright, let's do Moonlit Serenade. we're going to really make this sing now. Let's see. Maybe we can integrate like some of the, let's do some like, let's kind of make it look like we got some, a little bit of the tapestry coming in some various spots. You know, just to give a little interest to it. Let's do, okay. I have a paper underneath here. I'm just gonna put this like this so we don't have to keep seeing that other one behind it. I think I want to bring some of this green just into the picture a little bit. Oh yeah, I love that. I love using these on their sides. They're so nice. So nice. All right. Oh, you know, this is so electric. I don't ever remember experiencing this feeling so electric before. Maybe it's because I'm using it on this, craft paper, and maybe I've never done that before. So I'm gonna start like going into, do you see that? Look at how creamy that is. I'm gonna start going into the lettering. Ooh, this is like, you know what this is really vibing like? Kind of 80s, actually. I'm getting 80s vibes all over the place right now with this. And I'm not upset about it. I think I've just turned this from a 1940s situation to a 1980s situation. Moonlight Serenade. I have to, the lefty in me has to move these things over. I have to just move my Neocolors in a different spot because my hand is not liking it right now. Alright, I was gonna go in with that, but let's just stick with the Permapaque marker, because it is the standby, it is what I've been using here. I'm just collecting some more of these little bits and bobs here. Okay, Moonlight Serenade. Ooh, how do I want to do the wording? Oh, you know, Moonlit Serenade. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was tough. That was tough. we definitely had a little bit of a, okay, and a little bit of, all right, let's do a tail on this S like that. I'm just really goofing off with these letters right now. Okay, we're gonna make it work. I don't know. I don't know what just got into me, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, you know what we can do? Let's do this. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna make little moon. We're gonna make little moons out of those. I like to fill my letters. And then we're gonna that. That's whack. That's wacky. All right. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Let's do moons. Let's do a moon. Let's do little moons. And then we'll do like a star. And then we'll do another moon. And a star. Okay. I'm bringing in this burgundy-ish magenta color, which is really, I've leaned on it a lot in this one. And I'm going to make Moonlit another color, but a coordinating color that is already in this artwork. I'm going to do, let's try it with this terracotta. It's dark enough. And then it's just going to marry everything. Because I really did go a little off the reservation with the lettering in terms of like the design. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back into the universe together here with this. And that's better. I'm actually going to do something similar with, do I need to? Do I want to? Do I want to touch this? Let's see. Let me try to, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to go into Irregular Choice with my Posca, but I'm not going to do that because I do not want to ruin my Posca pen. But I will go into it with my brush pen because I can go into it with my brush pen without destroying my brush pen. And I do think it needs a little bit of oomph. A little oomph. Irregular. Oh, my screen just died. My reference screen just went down. That's okay. We're just going to do a little more here too. We're just going to pretend it's still up. and we're going to finish this guy out. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because I do still want to get my data points in, so I have a couple more percents left on my iPad, so I'm going to see what I can do here. Let me see if I can get my iPad going here. We got Irregular Choice shoes, and we're looking for Moonlight Serenade. Uno Momento. Moonlit. Let's look up moon. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put this. So, unfortunately, you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to put it over here and I'm going to plug it in. And we're almost done. But I do want to finish strong. So, let me do that. Just going to excuse my arm. And I'm going to plug in iPad so we can hopefully get a couple more minutes out of it. I'm on 4% at the moment, so. And then get my screen here so I can see if you guys say anything or anything like that. Chatty stuff. I always like to keep my eye on that because, you know, I've learned some stuff. I've learned a little bit since starting to go live. I've learned that it pays to have your eyes on chat because you don't want to miss a chat. You don't want to miss. Okay, let's see. Let's make our moons a little more moony, and then we're gonna let's do another moon right here. And then, you know, Irregular Choice actually, they usually have on their, not usually, they always, on their logo of their website, have these cute little twinkle stars. So I've been using them as a decorative element. In these homage pictures. So that's quite a bit. That's quite a number of little stars, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a few extra stars, right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to color this moon in. A little bit of pink. And that's good. And then I think these shoes are completely gone. So I'm going to put, let's do all the numbers down here, and then we'll pretend like they're all sold out because they are. I'm not pretending. They are all sold out. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43. And then we're going to say right here we're going to go $101. And then they were marked down from 159. So I'm going to do this. 159. and then we're going to put a slash through that in a minute, and then we're going to say available sizes, but don't worry, oops, I did it, I misspelled it, available sizes, and then we're going to do something fun. Ready? There are no available sizes. Oh, and we're also going to do this. There we go. They're not $159, they're only $101. So no available sizes. And then, ooh, is there any room? I was going to write email me when back in stock. But, oh, you know what I'll do instead? Here's what I'll do instead. I'm going to write sold out on the very, 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 very bottom. Sold out, baby, sold out. But let's do it like this. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm treading on dangerous waters here. How's that? Sold out. Right? Sold out. Sold out. And then, okay, I want that purpley one. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. That's good. Let's do that. And then we're gonna overwrite to just give it a little bit of a, bring it in. We're gonna bring it in. Bring it into the universe here. Bring it into the universe. And, alright, now, because we did it up there, we're gonna do a little bit more. Just a little. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just give it a little, give it a little star. Give it a little star. A little star. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. Let's do separations here, shall we? Because, you know, we can. And then I think what I want to do for the final countdown here, for the little final thing, let's grab our gold and just add a couple little touches. Just a couple little touches. Okay, I don't want to mess anything up though. couple little touches, but we don't want to cause a scene here. We don't want to cause a scene, we just want a couple little touches. We're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna do anything too crazy here. We're just gonna do some little sparkles. We're gonna just highlight some little moments here. We're just gonna do some little dots, little extra zhuzhing, a little extra here, a little extra there, and we're almost there. We're almost there. We are almost there. Okay, let's not forget about the very top though. Let's not forget about these guys. Let's not forget about anybody up here. And I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's just fill this E because I can't help myself. Okay, that works. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into it. Uh-oh. 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 Now I'm getting wild. Getting a little crazy. I must stop while I am ahead. Okay? I'm going to stop while we're ahead. I'm just going to do a little moon right here. And ta-da! We're good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? How are we? What do you think? What do you think? Alright, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Here we are. here we are. We're here. We made it. We made it. We made it to the final. Oh, we made it to me almost unhooking my thing. We don't want to do that. All right. I just want to be able to see this. I want you to be able to see this. But maybe you were seeing it fine, and now it's just me because I can't see it. I just wanna. Yeah, it's good. I guess we're good. I'm gonna put the light back on for you. I'm thinking. There we go. All right. Hey, thank you for coming today. I will be back here at 12:30 for a quiet time, and I would love it if you would join me if you just want some company. I generally don't talk in those unless spoken to, so I'll just have some music playing, I'll just do some art, and then